So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, especially those who are watching this right now. So, today we're going to discuss the analysis report using Freytag's pyramid and Wagner's writer's journey. So, we are going to use this theory to the movie The Terminal. We are going to analyze this movie using these two theory. So, let's start. So, for the fast facts of the movie, The Terminal, which is released in 2004 and directed by Steven Spielberg. The lead actor of this is Tom Hanks, and the genre of this is comedy drama. So this was the information. The production company is DreamWorks Picture. Okay, so next is the characters of the movie. So as you can see on the left side of this, these are their name in the movie, and the other side is their real name. So let's just discuss the number one, Victor Navorsky. This is the main character of the movie, which is played by Tom Hanks. So, who among you here is familiar with Tom Hanks? Tom Hanks, mao ni siya ang nag-play. He is the one who played the Green Mile, katong movie na Green Mile, which is katong usa ka Black American nga naay gift nga makaayo. So number two is Amelia Warren, played by Catherine Zeta-Jones. Officer Frank Dixon, played by Stanley Tucci. Enrique Cruz, played by Gigo Lona. And Gupta Rajan, played by Kumar Palan. So I don't know if ani ngalanan niya is Indian siya, the way he looks, mura siya dili pure American. So Dolores Torres is played by Zoe Zaldana. So okay, we are going to the next, which is the plot summary. The Terminal is a romantic drama comedy film directed by Steven Spielberg. So this story revolves around Victor Navorsky, played by Tom Hanks, who becomes stranded in the JFK International Airport in New York after a coup in his home country renders his passport and visa invalid. So mo ni siya nga hinungdan nga na stranded siya is ni na-invalid iyang visa and passport. Next is he must adapt to the living in the airport terminal while establishing relationships with other characters. Um, Language barriers and navigating through bureaucratic obstacles. The film explores themes of friendship, love, and resilience as Victor works to find a way out of the terminal and ultimately forms meaningful connections with those around him. So, kay natrap man siya sa stranded siya rather sa airport. So, kinahanglan siya mo adapt sa terminal, which is establishing the different characters and overcoming the language barriers. So, hindi ko siya taga diha. So, he needs to fit in with in the terminal. So, next is dissecting the movie using the Freytag's pyramid. So as you can see in the screen, this is the 5 elements of the Freytag's pyramid: the exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and the resolution. So first is the exposition. What is exposition? Exposition is the introduction of the story. This is where the characters, setting, and conflict are introduced. So as introduction mo ni siya ang sinugdanan. So, rising action. This is where the conflict begins to escalate and the stakes gets higher. So, ang conflict is, this is the engine that drives the story, and This means the struggle between the protagonist and the antagonist. Protagonist is mo siya ang bida, and the other side is the antagonist, which is the uh, kontrabida. So next is the climax. This is the turning point of the story where the protagonist and antagonist faced off in a final showdown. So mo ni sila ang pagtutuos in Tagalog term. So pagtutuos sa bida o kontrabida in Tagalog term. So in the next is falling action. This is where the conflict is resolved and the story comes to a close. So nahuman na ang conflict between the uh, protagonist and the antagonist. Next is the resolution. This is the final part of the story where the characters and setting are left in a new state of equilibrium or a new balance. So that is the 5 elements of Freytag's pyramid. Now that you have an idea of what is this 5 elements of Freytag's pyramid, so let's apply this in the movie. So Freytag's pyramid, as I have said, is a 5-part dramatic structure that describes the typical progression of a story, including exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. So now let's apply this structure to the movie The Terminal, starring Tom Hanks. So exposition, muna siya ang introduction. Victor Navorsky, played by Tom Hanks, arrives at the JFK International Airport in New York from the fictional country of Krakozia. Due to a coup in his home country while he was in flight, his passport and visa become invalid, leaving him stranded in the airport terminal. Next is the rising action. So, as him for to survive, Victor must adapt to living in the airport terminal, establishing relationships with other characters like Amelia Warren and Frank Dixon. He develops daily routines, helps people, and gradually becomes a fixture in the airport community. Additionally, Victor works to overcome language barriers and attempts to over to communicate with various personnel. So next is the climax, and in other words, the turning point of the story. The climax occurs when Victor learns about the death of his father. This event prompts him to go on a hunger strike as a form of protest against the customs and border officials for his extended detainment. This act captures media attention and creates pressure on the airport authorities to resolve this situation. Next is the falling action of the story. The falling action includes the consequences and aftermath of Victor's hunger strike. Frank Dixon tries to sabotage Victor's attempt to leave the airport by providing false information about his situation. However, Victor's determination and the support of his friends eventually lead to his freedom. Next is the resolution, or the final part of the story. The resolution comes when Victor is finally able to leave the airport terminal after approximately 9 months. He walks out triumphantly, having made a positive impact on the lives of the people he encountered during his time there. He also reunites with Amelia, and they begin a relationship based on their prior interactions. So that is um, the 5 elements and what happens in the story The Terminal. These are 5 elements of Freytag's pyramid. Thank you.